Hey folks, Adam here. Today we're coming to you from one of the most photogenic locations on Earth. This is fantastic Cancun, Mexico. We've got a great product that we're recording on right now, so we're going to tell you about it and kick it off right now.
Over the past several days, I've been testing the new DJI Osmo Pocket 4P in a wide variety of shooting environments, from bright Caribbean beaches and luxury resorts to low-light restaurants and evening city scenes. What immediately stands out about the Pocket 4P is that DJI has moved this camera well beyond the traditional vlogging camera category. This is essentially a miniature cinema-focused imaging system built around a mechanically stabilized 3-axis gimbal and a dual-lens optical platform. That's right. And one of the biggest upgrades is the new dual camera design. The primary camera utilizes a large 1-inch sensor, while the secondary telephoto camera provides approximately 3 times optical magnification with a 60mm equivalent field of view. That gives creators access to 2 fundamentally different perspectives without relying on digital cropping. And from a storytelling standpoint, this is a huge advantage. The wide camera, ideal for environmental shots, travel sequences, architecture, and establishing footage, while the telephoto lens creates a much more natural perspective for interviews, portraits, and subject isolation. The compression you get from the telephoto lens produces a significantly more cinematic look than the ultra-wide perspective found on most smartphones. But image quality is where the Pocket 4P really starts to separate itself. That 1-inch sensor captures substantially more light than the sensors found in most phones, allowing for cleaner shadows, improved highlight retention, and better overall signal-to-noise performance. When you're shooting in a place like Cancun, you're constantly dealing with extreme contrast ratios. Bright tropical skies, reflective water, white buildings, and deep shadows all within the same frame. The Pocket 4P handles those scenarios exceptionally well thanks to its high dynamic range imaging pipeline. DJI claims up to 17 stops of dynamic range in DLOG 2 mode, which gives creators a tremendous amount of latitude during post-production. What that means in practical terms is you can preserve cloud detail in bright skies while still maintaining texture and information in shadow areas that would normally be crushed on smaller cameras. For professional creators, one of the most significant additions is DJI's 10-bit DLOG and DLOG 2 workflow. Rather than baking a finished look directly onto the footage, DLOG captures a flatter image that preserves additional color and luminance information. This creates far greater flexibility when color grading. If you're matching footage from mirrorless cameras, cinema cameras, drones, or other DJI products, that additional color depth becomes extremely valuable. You can push exposure, recover highlights, adjust white balance, and create more sophisticated color grades without the image falling apart. Of course, if you're looking for a faster, easier workflow and know the look that you want for your footage, there's some great built-in filters right in the camera. Let's take a look.
All right, folks, so this is pristine colors, and you can see just the lighting on my skin. I've been in Cancun literally all week, so I have a little sunscreen on, a little tan to me. You can see the colors in my shirt, and this is technically a very dark room. We don't have any studio lighting on. There's one bulb light above me in the hotel. By contrast, this is a warm tone. That's giving me more of a warm tone to my skin. I'd be curious to see which we should film with in the future. But you can see each one gives a little different look. And going to the contrast, this is Cool Tones CC film. This would be very good in a documentary where you want to give a more serious look, and you can see a little bit more cooler, muted colors. So I really like our options there. Now, the thing I like most is that you can adjust each one, how much adjustment you want there, and you can turn them off if you prefer. So each one is just a button away. You can also have your app for glamour effects, your beautify, etc., your breathing compensation, your image adjustments, and your low light adjustment, all within the device itself. Easy to access.
Another specification that deserves attention is the camera's ability to record 4K footage at up to 240 frames a second. From a technical perspective, recording 4K at 240 FPS requires an extremely fast sensor readout and substantial imaging processing power. Here in Cancun, I've been using that mode to capture waves breaking on the shoreline, birds flying across the beach, and water movement around the resorts. When you look at it in post-production, those clips reveal detail and motion characteristics that simply are impossible to see in real time. And because it's capturing genuine 4K resolution at those frame rates, the footage remains remarkably sharp, even when slowed down dramatically. Stabilization is another area where DJI continues to dominate. Unlike cameras that rely primarily on electronic stabilization and image cropping, the Pocket 4P uses a true 3-axis mechanical gimbal. That means stabilization is happening physically at the camera level rather than digitally after the image has been captured. The result is smoother movement, more natural motion blur, and a more cinematic look when walking or tracking subjects. Speaking of which, DJI has also integrated ActiveTrack 8.0, which uses advanced subject recognition and predictive tracking algorithms to keep subjects framed while moving through complex environments. On top of that, it also supports full focal length intelligent tracking, so you can maintain focus and framing on subjects across the camera's entire zoom and distance range. Impressive. For solo creators, that's almost like having a dedicated camera operator following you around. Nice. The Pocket 4P also includes 103 gigabytes of internal storage, eliminating the need to constantly manage memory cards while traveling. Combined with fast file transfers and long battery life, it becomes a highly efficient production tool for creators who spend more time shooting than sitting behind a computer. What I've enjoyed most during my time in Cancun is how much capability DJI has managed to fit in such a small package. I'm carrying a camera system with professional color workflows, optical telephoto capability, 4K 240 frame per second recording, advanced ActiveTrack subject tracking, and a mechanical 3-axis stabilization gimbal, all on a device that fits in my pocket. That's an impressive engineering achievement right there. After spending several days testing it in real-world travel conditions, I believe the DJI Osmo Pocket 4P is one of the most technically capable pocket-sized cameras ever produced, hands down. For content creators, travel filmmakers, vloggers, and even professional videographers looking for an ultra-portable B camera, the combination of a 1-inch sensor, dual lens architecture, DLOG 2 recording, ActiveTrack 7.0, and mechanical stabilization makes this a remarkably powerful tool.
This is perfect if you're an adventurer, a traveler, if you're a sports person, or you just want to document your life. This has so many capabilities. I'm absolutely in love with it, and I think you will be too. Here at Watson's Reviews, we've had the opportunity to only work with the best brands, and this is among the best of the best. We highly recommend you go pick one up and enjoy one on your next adventure. Thanks for watching. You know we love and appreciate you, but it's time to get to shopping. Go pick yours up today. Thanks for watching. Later, dudes. Adios, amigos.